Okay, so here we have a slightly more complicated door. This is a glass door to the outside, which I know quite a lot of you have in your pool houses. So let's go and take a closer look. Okay, because this is an external door and we're by the coast, the frames are PVC. They're actually a plastic frame. And if I tap it, you can hear it sounds kind of plasticky. But the actual door itself is aluminium, and you can hear that. Now, PVC is a great choice for being by the coast because it doesn't rust. And also it's a much better choice for a frame because it doesn't interact with the plaster on your wall the way that aluminium does. So in order to install something that's aluminium, you have to powder coat it because aluminium in contact with the lime in your plaster will then erode. So what you can do is you can use a nice PVC frame to separate the plaster from the aluminium, and then if there is anything wrong with the powder coating on your door, your aluminium frame is protected. Now on the Highveld, it's unlikely that you'll use PVC as a frame. It's expensive, and you can just get away with steel on the Highveld because even just painted in an ordinary way, steel doesn't rust. So you'll find in Johannesburg, a lot of your door frames and window frames are steel. It is unacceptable to use steel at the coast. They'll last about 5 years and get eaten all the way through. Timber is also a good choice, but also by the coast it needs a lot of maintenance. So of the choice of steel, aluminium, PVC and timber, usually by the coast you'll find a combination of either aluminium or PVC. Right, so now this is a glass door. So it's not a solid core door and it's not a hollow core door. This upright part over here is called the stile of the door. Okay? And this over here is called the panel of the door. And here, because we're at the coast and because of the new regulations, this is double glazed. So you can see that there's a rubber seal, there's a little aluminium spacer, there's glass on either side, there's another double seal over there, and that makes this door quite chunky. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, I'm going to go outside, and you can see that there are all these little furry things over here. Now that is the thing that they also put on at the coast. It's not only to prevent sort of sand and dust getting into the house, but also when the wind blows, these doors rattle like crazy unless you put these little buffers in. Now, wind is not a thing we get in Joburg, but let me tell you something, down at the coast, wind is like, it's a factor in your life. And if you don't put these little things in here, the whole house rattles. Okay, if we go down here, what we get is a stay. So what we can do here is we can actually keep the door open by using this little mechanism over here. Let me get it over here. Oh, for heaven's sake. And we can lock that in place. This is hard with one hand. And then what happens is the wind can blow, but that's not going to actually change anything. And that's quite a good idea. And it's part of your ironmongery specification. Okay. So this over here is your door panel, and you have to actually specify the glass. Now, because it goes down to a point where I could actually kick it if I wanted to, it has to be safety glass, and it has to be safety glass on this side and on this side, even if it's double glazed. Okay. Now, there are all sorts of complicated regulations for glass and windows, which fortunately we're not going to be doing this year.